You know that feeling, right? You're completely hooked on a show, you love the characters, you need to know what happens next, and then bam, it gets canceled on a huge cliffhanger. It's just the absolute worst. But imagine if you could get that closure. What if the people who made the show, after it got the axe, said, you know what, the fans deserve better, and actually gave them the proper ending?
Well, believe it or not, for one show, that's exactly what happened. So let's dive into the really cool and kind of strange story of a show called October Road. Okay, so October Road was this primetime drama on ABC back in 2007-2008. And it had all the good stuff, you know? A cozy little small town, a romance from the past, and just so many secrets.
The whole show starts with a pretty classic setup. The guy who made it big comes back home to deal with everything he left behind.
All right, so meet our main guy, Nick Garrett. He's this famous author living it up in New York City, but he's got a major case of writer's block. So his agent has this bright idea to send him back to his little hometown, Knights Ridge, Massachusetts, just for a one-day seminar. Here's the catch, though. A decade ago, he just vanished, left his girlfriend, Hannah, and his best buddy, Eddie, completely in the dust. And to make it all so much worse, his big best-selling book? Yeah, it's all about his hometown and its residents. And let's just say not everyone was thrilled about their secrets being put on blast. Talk about awkward.
And you can't have a good small-town drama without a boatload of secrets, right? Well, Knights Ridge was absolutely swimming in them.
Right away, the show throws you into this web of drama. So you've got Nick, who strolls back into town and finds out his ex, Hannah, has a son who is, wait for it, 10 years old. Yeah, you can do the math on that one. Then there's his best friend, Eddie, who's still pretty ticked off that Nick abandoned their dreams. And on top of all that, there's another whole affair happening with their other friends.
But as juicy as all that was, everything really revolved around one single massive question. The one thing that had everybody coming back every single week.
And the clues were just piling up. I mean, first, the timeline is just perfect. Sam is 10, Nick's been gone for 10 years. Come on. But the real kicker, the thing you couldn't ignore, was this genetic thing. Sam has this really severe nut allergy, and it's a trait that's passed down through the men in Nick's family. But Hannah, she was sticking to her guns, insisting another guy was the father. And that back and forth just created so much amazing tension.
But for all the drama happening on the screen, it was the drama happening off screen that really sealed its fate. The show's real-world journey was, well, it was a total roller coaster.
So when October Road first aired, it hit the jackpot. It was scheduled right after the massive, unstoppable hit that was Grey's Anatomy. And wow, did it pay off. The first episode pulled in almost 14 million viewers. It really looked like ABC had another smash hit.
Yeah, that success didn't stick around. The numbers really say it all. Season 1 did pretty well, but by Season 2, the viewership had tanked. We're talking about losing almost half its audience. And for a big network like ABC, that's pretty much the kiss of death.
And sure enough, in May 2008, it was official. ABC brought down the axe and canceled the show. Fans were just left there, totally hanging. Is Hannah going to marry the new guy? Is Nick just going to leave again? And the biggest question of all, is Nick Sam's dad? We had no idea.
But this is where the story gets really, really cool. Instead of just letting their show disappear into the TV graveyard, the creators did something you almost never see. They just flat out refused to let the story end like that. The show's creators actually got the cast to come back, and they filmed a 10-minute finale. They did it for one reason and one reason only, for the fans. Now, this special little finale never actually aired on television. It was hidden away as a special feature on the Season 2 DVD. So for the die-hard fans who actually went out and bought the physical copy, it was like finding this amazing secret that gave them all the answers they've been waiting for.
And they wrapped up everything in just 10 minutes. The biggest question of all? Yes, Nick is Sam's father. We find out Hannah actually leaves her fiancé at the altar to be with Nick. And then, get this, they do a time jump 7 years later, and we see Nick and Hannah together raising Sam as a family. They even made sure the other characters, like Eddie and Physical Phil, got their happy endings too. It was perfect. I mean, this was so much more than just a DVD extra. In a world where shows just disappear, this was one of those incredibly rare moments where the creators fought for their story. They went around the network to do right by their audience. They gave everyone, the characters and the fans, the proper ending they all deserved.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? With so many shows getting cut short on a cliffhanger, what's a canceled show that you think deserves a final chapter like this?
I'd love to hear your picks, so drop them in the comments below. And hey, if you had fun taking this look back with me, please give this a like and subscribe for more explainers like this one.